In this episode, how to get your shoulders yoked like it ain't no joke.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Welcome everyone to episode 287 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular podcast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. It's Flex fucking Friday, so welcome to the gain train. The biceps are large and the nipples are hard. This is how we do on the Daily Mother Swole, dropping knowledge nukes all day long. So get your radiation suits on, get in your fallout shelters, because I'm about to rain some absolute fucking hydrogen bomb, A-bomb, atomic splitting knowledge all over your faces. What's up, Scott? What's up, peeps? So what's up, everyone? Thank you for being here. Thanks for being here on a Friday. And Walker, you can put that O in there. You can say the word God. That's not a bad thing. Let's get past that. You say whatever you want here on the Daily Swole. You know. Fucking amen. You can say whatever you want here. You're welcome, and we are going hard. Get your caffeine out, everyone. Get your caffeine. So you got the family in the fallout shelter. We are here. We're live. All right, so now is the time to share the broadcast. Thanks for joining, and if you haven't joined Swolenormous Premium yet, now is the time to sign up, get onto Swolenormous Premium. That way you can see the exercise that we're doing. You can see the live workouts that we're doing, the live mobility workouts, the live yoga demonstrations that we're doing in Swolenormous Premium, accountability group. Anyway, it's still $4.99. I still have to update the price, but we have just about hit our margin. So I told you yesterday on Instagram stories, on Snapchat, I pushed it hard and I was saying that this is it. Swolenormous Premium is going to stop. It's going to be $9.99. It's going to stop being $4.99. So this weekend is going to go up to $9.99. So you still have time today. You still have time today to sign up for Swolenormous Premium at $4.99. Just because I have other shit I need to do before I go into the site and go into the back office and update the cost. So you need to jump on that shit now. Once you see it's $9.99, it's $9.99. I told you and I warned you, because this is where the discounts on my program are going to be when I release it. This is where the live workouts, where all the shit goes down behind the scenes in Swolenormous Premium, all the exercise and all the knowledge bombs get put back together. You get to come out of your fallout shelters in Premium. You get to come out of the shelter. You don't have to be afraid when you're in Premium. You're safe there. Here, you're just getting blasted. You're just getting blasted. So let's talk shoulder mobility. Let's talk ball and socket joints. Mentioned every time we talk about mobility, how the human body alternates stable and mobile joints. You have a stable knee, you have a mobile hip, you have a stable lower back, you have a mobile thoracic spine. You have a mobile wrist, you have a stable elbow, and you have a mobile shoulder. The shoulder is a ball and socket joint. It can move in any direction pretty much, and it works synergistically with the shoulder girdle. So you have the scapula, and you have the humerus, and you have the clavicle, and you have all these bones that you don't really give a shit about, I'm sure. We'll go into more depth with that in Premium, and I'll break that down exactly why that's also important. But you have these structures that work synergistically to provide a great amount of movement. Now, when you have a ton of mobility, what do you risk? Stability. If you have a lot of mobility, you risk stability. So more mobility usually means less stability. And because there's less stability naturally in that joint, you have a greater risk for injury. So it's very important to have stabilizers activated in place and supportive, such as the rotator cuff. Now, you might have hurt your rotator cuff before. You might have heard of what the rotator cuff is. They're four muscles that provide a little cuff around the head of the humerus, keeping it close to the socket of the scapula, that the shoulder socket. It keeps it close. So you have the arm bone, and then you have this little cap that covers the arm bone that sits nicely and it pivots around. This is the arm right here, and the ball and socket joint right here. Then you have little muscles that attach onto and kind of surround from different angles, allowing the arm to rotate, but really keeping it, the job of the rotator cuff is to keep the humerus aligned with the scapula, keep it in place. It's not to be super strong. The super strong muscles are the deltoid, the latissimus dorsi, the teres major, the pectoralis major, and those are stronger muscles that provide force around the shoulder. But those stabilizer muscles, the rotator cuff, are the ones that need to just stabilize. Keep the arm here, they say. Keep the arm here. Let's just keep the arm here. And then we'll let the other muscles do the strength stuff. Well, the problem is those muscles get hurt a lot because they're not targeted. They're not worked enough. And then those little tiny rotator cuff muscles get tears, get rips, get inflammation, and then you can barely lift your arm. You need surgery or you need a lot of rest and rehabilitation. When we're talking about the shoulder, you need stability there. So you need to activate those muscles. And in Swolenormous Premium, I've demonstrated how to activate your posterior rotator cuff and those stabilizers. Yeah, that was a nuke right there. Boom, one nuke in the bag. Next nuke, the deltoid. And all these muscles have a blend of type 1 and type 2 fibers. The stabilizer muscles have type 1 fibers, which are more for low intensity, longer endurance. And type 2 fibers provide high force output and shorter endurance. So the deltoid is more type 2 fibers, but you also have a big blend of type 1 fibers in the deltoid in that area because the shoulder is used during every movement. Every time you use your arm, you're using your shoulder. So there's more type 1 fiber content in the shoulder than other areas of the body more often than not. So your muscles will respond more to higher reps to failure. So doing 15, 20, 30 repetitions for certain exercises can be effective. So don't shy away from doing high reps with shoulders. It doesn't always have to be heavy. Try high reps. I think you'll like it. Remember, diet and nutrition are going to play a role in whether you're putting on a lot of size, a lot of mass. So mixing up high and low rep is good for building and bulking and cutting and developing the shoulder muscles. But mobility opens a joint and allows for the right areas to get hit. Now let me say that again, slower. Mobility opens the joint, and this is every joint. This is a bigger nuke right here. This is about to drop. This is going to take out probably all of South Florida. So if you're not in South Florida, you're lucky. If you're there, hunker down because it's gonna fucking fall right now. Mobility opens the joint and allows for the right areas to get hit. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean? It opens a joint, allows for the right areas to get hit. Well, if your joint is closed and you're tighter in certain areas of the joint than you should be, you're going to have movement compensations. You're going to have different neural impulses. You're going to have inhibition that shuts down opposing muscles, antagonist muscles. If your anterior deltoid is working too hard and is very, very tight in the front of the capsule, it's going to neurally inhibit muscles on the posterior rotator cuff. It's going to inhibit the posterior deltoid. It's going to inhibit the infraspinatus, the teres minor. It's going to inhibit muscles on the back, the rhomboids, the shoulder girdle, the serratus posterior inferior. It's going to shut down all these muscles on the back of the body. And that's bad because then when you go to hit those muscles and you try to do back exercises, they're not even getting hit properly because they're shut down from the other side of the joint being too tight. So this comes into play when people try to do chest workouts and they feel in their shoulders more because they have compensations, they have muscle imbalances, they have joint imbalances. It comes into play when they're trying to hit their posterior deltoid or they're trying to do back exercise and they can't feel it in their back, they feel it in their bicep. It's because they are imbalanced. And there should be no reason why when you're working an exercise, you're trying to do a movement for a certain muscle, that you shouldn't be able to hit that muscle 100 times out of 100. You should be able to isolate that muscle, boom, like it's nothing. But because you have compensations, you're not able to hit it because your body's imbalanced. You're not flexible, you're not mobile. So how do you do this? What are some of the reasons why this can happen, this can get tight? Well, one thing, the triceps. The triceps and the biceps are two things that people think are just part of the arm, they're not part of the shoulder. Incorrect. The biceps actually doesn't touch the humerus. It starts from the shoulder and crosses the shoulder joint, and the biceps also causes the arm to be lifted to the front. That's why you feel it when you're doing a front raise. Also, the long head of the triceps. There are three muscles of the tricep, and the long head crosses from the scapula to the humerus. So you're actually getting, when you're doing a pull-up, when you're doing a row, you're hitting the long head of your triceps, and if the long head of your triceps is tight, whether at the origin or the insertion or both, you are going to have issues raising your arms up over your head. You're going to have issues activating certain muscles when you're doing overhead movements, which are great for core activation, which are great for shoulder exercises, but you're going to affect your ability to do an overhead press and to isolate shoulder muscles. You're going to affect your ability to do side raises. You're going to affect your ability to hit the posterior rotator cuff and the posterior deltoid. So what I'm going to do right now, because it's Flex Friday, I am going to go into premium a few minutes after this goes off the air. I am going to go into Swolenormous Premium. And again, if you're new to this, that's my private accountability group. You can go to swolenormous.com or click the sign up button right here on my Facebook page. You cannot just look it up. I have a lot of people requesting access. You cannot just search on Facebook, type it in and request access. I will ignore you and I will deny you every single time. You have to click sign up on my Facebook page, on my Swolenormous Facebook page, right here where you're watching this. You have to click the sign up button and it'll take you to PayPal where you sign up, and then you get sent to an application, and then you get emails and it'll tell you how to proceed. Or you can go directly to swolenormous.com. You cannot just go directly to the group. You will be denied, okay? You have to go through the process. So it's still $4.99. However, I will be going in and showing you how this little towel, this little mini towel can be used. And there are many different stretches for the back of the shoulder. I'm going to show you how this little towel can be used to stretch the long head of your triceps and increase shoulder mobility. If you increase shoulder mobility, here's the last nuke of the Daily Swole 287. This might as well be Daily Swole 187 because this nuke is going to murder peeps. It's going to murder brain cells. If you improve shoulder mobility, you'll be able to activate all the muscles in your upper body more effectively. You'll be able to activate the chest more. You'll be able to activate the lats more, and the rhomboids more, and the traps more, the middle and lower trapezius. You'll be able to activate the the posterior rotator cuff. You'll be able to activate the posterior deltoid, the medial deltoid. You will be able to hit and coordinate and isolate muscles better all over the body. Enough of feeling back exercise in your biceps. Enough of feeling chest exercises in your shoulder, in your anterior deltoid. And enough of having tight fucking, and mine are tight. I'm sore right now and I'm extra tight, and I'm not saying I'm perfect, but enough of having that limited ability to reach your arms up straight overhead, enough of having muscles that are tight, that for no other fucking reason than you just don't do yoga and you don't do mobility work. That's the reason. That's the reason. And when people come up to me in the gym and they say, well, how can I get big? How can I look like you? You know, I'm trying to lose weight, or I'm trying to bulk up. What can you recommend me? I just say yoga, because people work out and they'll do this shit wrong. They'll do stuff. Unless I'm training them personally, I'm not going to sit here. I can't just say in like 10 words or less, oh, this is how you exercise. No, you start doing yoga. You start working in more. You start working on your body and start working on your mobility practice, and you will increase your strength. You'll increase your recovery capacity, and you'll decrease your risk of injury. It's just so night and day. And anyone that's watching this, if you haven't tried a yoga class yet, or looked at the yoga flow that I have in premium, or done anything with yoga yet, and you've been watching me, if you're new, okay. But if you've been watching for like a couple months and you have not yet tried yoga, fuck you. Why are you watching my material? That's almost an insult. Don't watch me and support me and then not like at least try what I'm telling you. You have to. And that's kind of a joke, but that's kind of serious too. Fuck you for not trying yoga if you follow me regularly and you hear me talk about it all the time. Get off your ass and do it. Remember, discipline fucks motivation and has consistency babies. Your motivation doesn't matter. Today, I am so sore. I did upper body 3 days in a row. Don't usually do that. I was so sore. And Dominic can tell you, I almost didn't go to yoga today. And I was like, you know what? I'm going. Why? Because I have to. Because I don't practice what I preach. And that's the difference between Papa Swolenormous and everyone else. I don't practice what I preach. I preach what I practice. I am telling you what I do. You want to try? It doesn't work for you? It doesn't work for everyone. I'm sure it won't. I mean, yoga is great for everyone, but my exact personal methods aren't going to work for everyone. That's just the name of the game. But I am telling you what I do. When I tell you things about the joints, when I tell you about stretches, when I tell you about yoga, hey, I'm not telling you to go eat peas and carrots every fucking day and then I'm over here eating bacon. I tell you I eat bacon. I don't tell you to eat bacon. I say I fucking eat bacon. I'll tell you why. But here's the thing. I will tell you. I am preaching what I practice. So get off your ass and fucking do it, because you have to. And it's about damn time. Thanks for joining for episode 287 of the Daily Mother Swole. Obviously the most muscular podcast in the realm. You're seeing it right now. This is why it's the most muscular. Because of this fucking silverback that's right here on the screen. Thanks for watching every day at 12 noon Eastern time on Facebook. Thanks for watching on YouTube and listening to the podcast on SoundCloud and iTunes. Make sure that you check out SoundCloud also for a new series, Beyond the Gains. It's a new podcast. It's conversational. There's going to be guests. There's going to be a lot more insight behind the scenes of fitness and the life we live, and just a lot of different topics. It's going to be a lot of off the rails. It could be spiritual. It could be, it could be astronomical. It could be tangible. It could be emotional. It could be anything. So stay tuned for that. Watch it. The first episode is on SoundCloud, and I'm going to double check and make sure it's on iTunes as well. But follow me on Snapchat, follow me on Instagram. Peace out. And Swolenormous Premium, if you haven't signed up, sign up right now. You still have a chance to get in for $4.99 a month. And I'm going to be in Premium in a few minutes to show you guys and demo and explain that shoulder mobility stretch. Peace out. Enjoy the rest of your Flex Friday. Bye.